Good evening, dear ladies and gentlemen. I am Mangala Silva, Chairman, Civil Engineering Section, Committee of Institute of Engineers, Sri Lanka. Today, I would like to warmly welcome all of you on behalf of Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka for this event. So, as our custom, let me give a very brief introduction to today's our resource person, Engineer Mrs. Kamala Gunawardena. Engineer Mrs. Kamala Gunawardena is a graduate of the University of Peradeniya, and she served mainly in highways and expressways during her career. Further, she has closely been involved with this specific area of road safety during her services with the National Road Safety Secretariat in different capacities as Senior Road Safety Engineer and Deputy Project Director under the Ministry of Highways around 2005, and engaged in road safety activities with the SUI road consultants who were assigned to the ministry. Her recent experience of over 20 years as a highway consultant to the expressways in Out-Circular Highway 1 and Out-Circular Highway 3, and as the deputy team leader in the CEP1 project. She currently serves as consultant to the World Bank assignment with the Transport Safety Project as the local counterpart for road safety. She has been a council member of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka since year 2020 and is presently Vice President chairing the CPD Committee of IESM. With that introduction, let me invite Engineer Mrs. Kamala Gunawardena to do her speech. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you, Engineer Mangala, for your nice introduction and also accommodating this event from under your leadership from Civil Engineering Sectional Committee. Thank you. Now what's the time? Yeah. 5:30. By 8:30, one person will die in Sri Lanka. Can someone say why is that? Yeah, exactly. From the results and the statistics what we have so far, it's a fact. And it's very much known with everyone in the society and the social media. And I will show you the statistics what I have here now. And there will be one death in every 3 hours on our roads with the traffic crashes, traffic accidents. So with that, I think I can do some fairness, something which we all can get together and remedy or give some support to reduce this situation, to mitigate these situations. So with that, I thought of, as Engineer Mangala said, my involvement in this road safety area with that National Road Secretariat, with these road consultants. They were the experts for these black spot improvement projects we hired at that time. And I was working as what he said, those capacities. And we had been doing really good in field as well as in the office. And it was not targeted on this, you do that. Even Mr. Densis Henaik, after his retirement as a general manager, directly involved with that. And Mrs. Henaik, she is not here, but so many people, they were with very much volunteered and good heart. They have been working with us. We didn't feel anything bad. So with that, I think I'll start the presentation. Let me. Happen. It's not moving. Yeah, during that period, actually, as an introduction, I would say, during that period, we have been involved with these road safety matters, and we developed several documents like Manual of Traffic Control Devices, Part 1 and Part 2, and we incorporated rules and guidelines for the expressways into the Gazette, and we prepared some. Is it coming? Prepared some guidelines for the schools and several that type of activities we have been doing with the road safety secretariat with the road consultants. Their guidance was really good. So I would. These are some of the memories that I wish to show you. Yeah, this I have been working actually when I prepared this only I realized I have been working with these two Senanakas and two Fernandos as the chiefs for my during that period, Mr. So this is we are starting from this slide for the road safety. And my question to you, what do you think about traffic accidents? You may be getting a lot of things in your minds, your insights, and you may be thinking really what it is. I have been come across many, and it's lifetime thing sometimes, but you all can share what you think about it. I think without wasting time, I know you all know, but you will slowly interact with me. Road crashes are actually one of the main things which contribute for the accidents globally. And we can say that is like in the high rank, like 10th in the road fatalities, if you take it as a whole. So this is a mere reason for all the deaths or crashes or the vulnerable situations on the road. So we should give a big concern, big place for this, how to identify, how to mitigate those things. So that's one of my main reasons, and to reduce at least 1 or 2 deaths with the balanced time of the day today. So there we have 6 hours to end of the day, finish the day. So those are the concerns. You can see a nice road is there, but what I think we need to improve a lot. Road is there. We can construct better, we can maintain better. At the same time, we have to give all the road safety parameters, aspects, and some sort of science where it is required, some road furniture and things I have put down. We can introduce and improve the roads. Since my topic is accidents, how to accidents related thing, it's a black spot is really with the accident reported thing. We can categorize these accidents into 4 groups. Wherever the countries who maintain the good road safety reports, what we do, we categorize, we check, and actually this categorization is done by the police headquarters. They categorize into 4 groups like this, and it's a global scenario. Globally, we do like this. So fatal, as you know, when from 1 fatal accident, we can get about more than 1 accident. So grievous, same, you get big pain to your body, but no fatalities involved there. And non-grievous, no much grievance there, but still one or many human people have involved. So that is that, and damage only means we don't have persons involved, but vehicle and the environment or some damage is there. it's an incident with some accident. So that's what damage only was. And this is very important. And actually, this is I extracted from the Ministry of Transport, National Council for Road Safety. They are the authority to maintain these things from the police. So you can see this from 2016 to 2019. Deaths are in the range of 3,000, and critical accidents, fatal accidents is the number of accidents. So death is always more than that. That's why there are two lines. Critical accidents are the critical injuries I explained you, and damages only. This in shield, you can't see the total. I don't know how. Yeah, total. I want to remove this bar. Anyway, this total is somewhere. I want to remove this. Thank you. The total is somewhere 38,000 to 30,000. I know what is the figure there. So in 4 years, this was 2016 to 2019, that total accidents in Sri Lanka was 38,000 to 30,000. But you can see 2020 to 23, that figure has gone down. It's remarkably gone down, but 2003, 23, this has been increased like about 1,000. For that, I can see the data is given here is minor accident that fall, I think, mainly the hit and runs. Our police officer also there, maybe he knows a lot about it. And this is hit and run, I think, definitely, because it's only minor accidents. With that, 1,000 has been increased from 2022. Of course, I have to thank National Council for Road Safety. They have not published it, but I managed to get it from them. With that, if I say, this is that 4 years, last 4 years, of course, the one before last, they are with this pandemic period and crisis period, fuel crisis, financial crisis, and the constructions have been stopped for many reasons. Yeah, I welcome everyone who is coming now, especially even the president. Yeah, welcome you. Thank you. And from 20 to 22, it's really because of the maybe vulnerable and the COVID and this pandemic situation. But with that, what I want to say, still in last year, 2023, this figure has been increased by another 1,000. So that is not be expected. Sometimes I thought this credit has to go to the road users because maybe because of their discipline, they are knowing about the road rules and their behavior patterns. I don't know why I'm doing something from here. Sorry. If I go to next slide, you can see the number of persons killed in road accidents. That also I have taken from 2019 up to 23. You can see motorcyclists are the most vulnerable. Road users, those who are affected with these fatalities. And next, pedestrians and the passengers. So what I'm highlighting here is, looking at these figures, we have to make them aware of the road rules, road disciplines, and how they can adopt with those and how to mitigate systems like reducing the accidents. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, but you go. Okay. It's like when I touch it, it's happened. Yeah. As you saw in the previous slide, motorcyclists are the most affected people. What observed from the police and all, that is because of the speed and sometimes crashes with the burst of tires and mainly with the carelessness, reckless driving and the speed. This is very famous bar chart diagram in the safety area. And actually, it was shared by me with our World Bank, one of my friends. And this is normal one as well. You can see if a motorcycle rider double up his speed, what will happen? He double up the speed, but his energy dissipated or kinetic energy has been increased by fourfold. That means you understand that half a missed that. So it's coming to fourfold. So whatever the crash, whatever the cause of the crash, we can see that with this speed, higher speed, you are getting a trauma and definitely there's a incident with a critical, we will say, ending with a fatality in the road. This is a graphical presentation of that accident statistics, but the second circle, it says Sri Lanka will require an additional investment of almost $2 billion to achieve the sustainable development goal of 3.6. Maybe a lot of people that now know, now we are talking a lot, many about these sustainable development goals and 50% reduction of traffic accidents. That is for our future increase. This also taken from Delivering Road Safety in Sri Lanka 2023 report. We'll go by from this point onward for the black spot. And before starting the theory, I like to watch this. This is in Sinhala, but bear with me because I could not find anything in English.
කහතුඩුව රෙලාවල මංසන්ධිය නිරන්තරයෙන් අනතුරු සිදුවන ස්ථානයක් බවට ඉතා ප්‍රසිද්ධයි. ඒ පිළිබඳ හිරු ප්‍රවෘත්ති ඔස්සේද අප අවස්ථා ගණනාවකදී පෙන්වා දුන්නා. එහි ආසන්නතම සිද්ධිය වාර්තා වුණේ ඊයේ පස්වරුවේ. එම අනතුර CCTV කැමරාවක මෙලෙස සටහන්ව තිබුණා. යතුරු පැදියක් සහ මෝටර රථයක් එකිනෙක ගැටී සිදු වූ මෙම අනතුරේ ප්‍රතිඵලය වූයේ තරුණයෙකු බරපතල තුවාල ලැබීමයි. පසුගිය වසර තුල පමණක් මෙම ස්ථානයේ අනතුරු 25කට වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් සිදු ඇති බව පෙන්වා දෙන ප්‍රදේශවාසීන් පවසන්නේ එම අනතුරු වලින් කිහිප දෙනෙකුම බරපතල තුවාල ලැබූ බවයි. මේ වසරේ ගත වූ මාස එකහමාරක කාලය තුල පමණක් මෙම ස්ථානයේ අනතුරු 4ක් සිදුව තිබෙනවා. මෙම ස්ථානයේ පසුගිය කාලය පුරා සිදු වූ අනතුරු වලින් කිහිපයක්. ජනතාව ඉල්ලා සිටින්නේ නිරන්තරයෙන් මෙලෙස සිදුවන අනතුරු වලින් ජීවිතයක් බිලි ගැනීමට පෙර තමන්ට හැකි ඉක්මනින් මේ සඳහා විසඳුමක් ලබා දෙන ලෙසයි.
Yeah, this is recurrent accident locations, which accidents are falling every day. And this is actually, as you heard, this within 1.5 months, it was found that 4 critical accidents happened. And I don't have to repeat it, but I think everybody understood it. By a short, this is a junction, and it's place, don't know whether it has been identified as a black spot yet, but when I inquired from the Fraud Development Authority, they have undertaken massive, they are undertaken very seriously to look into this, and police, they have undertaken to investigate. They have fixed some specific cameras in that location, so things are in the move, and it's a good move. Now, we'll see, you can read it. So you all are also working. We all, normally when we ask what's the black spot location, they say number of accidents are more. Yeah, correct. But it's a location of high concentration of accidents compared with other similar sections on road system. Not that we can consider any section, but similar sections or locations which has an accident number rate that will be said in the latter part for a than a defined minimum. If I go, this actually, as I've shown you, black spots can be identified as a road section, intersection, interchange, a structure poorly or wrongly aligned, and local area. Those, anything can be happen. In any location can be a black spot. In a road section, if you consider a road section, a black spot is identified as a 500 meter in length of a national highway in which either 5 fatal road accidents took place, fatal road accidents, or during the last 3 years, previous 3 years, or 10 fatalities, not the accident, 10 fatalities happened during the previous 3 years. That is the explanation given for Sri Lanka. This is again, the first one is the graphical presentation of what I said now, and the tabulated ones are, yes, thank you. This is first one is from New Zealand. They talk about as a location, they talk about this specific location, intersection of short midsection less than 500 meters, because they are developed countries, they are actually accident happenings are comparatively low. The indicator or the potential black spot is they identify as 4 accidents, 4 more major road crashes per year. That also last 3 years. And the second one is from India. They define, because their accidents are far more, and their section is more than 500 meters. They specify there as the indicator of potential black spot is again 4, but their major road crashes per year per kilometer during the last 3 years. That is their definition. I would say this black spot definition is, there is no exact one, and it depends on, you can have your unique explanation for that. I think Asanka will say yes for that. You can have it as your own, but it depends on the criteria or how you analyze it and what your goals for the analysis. That depends on that criteria, your number of accidents and the specification can be varied. I'm going to just show a thing that black spot process involvement. And this is a crash happens. Police come and get their records, do the recording, and those records go to the web database, and they analyze, extract. And this one is the major part of the thing. Diagnosis of the individual sites and analyze, investigate, and prepare the black spot or road black spot improvement reports. Then we submit it for the agencies where the funding is approved. Funding is released, so we have to find some funds. Then we do the final design and we have to audit it. Normally in black spot designs, we never just do it do the design and we don't get onto the road. We have to audit it and then we have to build it. After building also, we just can't say that we have done. We have to do the monitoring, follow-up actions for, again, like we did after 3 years, we can do it for at least 3 years. Then actually black spot improvements, I would say it doesn't stop from today we did something, but tomorrow we can't say we have done something. We have to follow up, we have to monitor, and then again, with this increase of the traffic and the developments, things are changing, so we have to adapt accordingly. So black spot improvement is a continuous thing. This is what I'm telling, and I think everyone will agree. What are the criteria for the identification of black spots? This, I think I will put it this way. We have to identify number of accidents in one location. That's why I put that table, and locations, severity of those accident locations, what the number of injuries, number of fatalities, something like that. Actually, though we have this table very simply, the analysis part is actually very hectic. So much of things that police do, then only they have to put into the system. So we should keep in that mind at that identify locations, what is the traffic volume? And we can ask the, as I said, investigation for 3 years. And of course, need to record this other data like road data and in environment data and the things involved with the accidents. This is little important. I put everything in order. I mean, we have to study the serious accidents as a tool. These are the tools because we need something helpful to investigate and get into the system and how to do the prevention methods, so how to remedy, mitigate. For that, we have to go by these things. We have to study, in-depth studies we have to do with the serious accidents and some certain accidents, which we feel we need to do this, that depending on the, not that serious, but sometimes we don't understand why that accident has happened. So we have to study those things. And accident data, we know they are collected by police and insurance companies, medical faculties, medical organizations, they collect. And the other one is very important, conflict studies on special locations, because it's a very costly and very comprehensive one. I will come back later, but that we have to do with a specific selected accidents only. And other things very normal, safety inspectors on road, we can talk to them, we can ask, we can get a lot of information from them. And safety analysis of road sections and black spot analysis, interviews of road users, they give a lot of ideas. And investigation of road user behavior, we can observe, we don't have to ask. We can stay one place and we can observe. We have that photos that we have been doing those things. And research within the road safety field. Those things are very important tools for analyzing of an accident. After analyzing, this is the thing we are going to give. And this accident data will come with all these 5 scenarios. Road data, you know, the construction and the design features, whether they are easy driving, whether super elevations, those are within the limit, and whether curves are limited with the, because sometimes we give the speeds, but in a curve, you cannot cooperate with that, accommodate that speed. So we have to have section by section speed management. Those things are the road data gives, and traffic data is what type of traffic moving at that area. We have to analyze it. We have to observe everything. We have to have the reports. Sometimes in the morning, peak hours, we can identify what are the peak hours and what type of accidents, traffic moving in that location. Identify locations as black spot, or we are imagining as black spots. And vehicle data, what seating capacity, near of manufacturer, whether they are roadworthy, something like that. And driving license, you all know, you should have a valid driving license first. And the data related to the driving license, we are not worried about the name, but we need to have this, how many people are without valid driving license. So with all these things, and other data is very important. you will get when, for example, if you are driving in a traffic area, congested area, when you release that area, you are getting a very free area, and you will be driving areas. The speed is double up or something like that. You are speeding up, and if there are actually that section is, if we get the lot of accidents visible clearly mentioned in that area, first what we have to do is we have to slow down the speed. Some mechanism we have to adopt. We have to do some traffic calming, traffic stop, reducing, some sort of mechanism we have to introduce first. Then only we can analyze. We have to analyze whether it's a black spot or not. First, what we have to do is that. And there are some more things. We can remove the fixed objects. I'll come back. Actually, this is very rushing one I'm doing because this is a very vast area if we talk about road safety. We can have some models. This is another area will be discussed in another forum, but I will just say that what is models, what are the stages. We can have models in crash phases and epidemiologic loading model. Actually, this one gentleman promised to come, Professor Anil Pereira. Yeah, I thought of asking him what that he can introduce it, but this is mainly connected with the people. Man-machine environment is the road user, vehicle, and the road environment. And with all these, we will prepare a national road safety program. Actually, with this national road safety program, we have to think about the user behaviors, road user behaviors, their speeding, their mentality, their how they behave on the road, whether they are using seat belt, and whether they are adopting whether they are going with the road rules. And also we should know what are the road rules we are applicable on a road. So those things are, there are a lot of things we in a national road safety program, there are many things that we are going to introduce. I think I will just, laws and rules, use of safety devices like PPs, I said now, and also effective information system that we have to think about, study trends in accidents, which I showed you the previous slide, and analysis factors contributing to accidents. That is, we have to analyze and see. That's what I said, that police, they don't just put them into a category like fatal, grievous, or something like that. Once they categorize those things, these details are there that we can analyze what are the factors affected with these accidents. And design proposals for remedial measures. That also one fact I showed you, the elliptical things. So next we go to the evaluation of black spot. I will not explain the thing in the equation, but this is always depending. We should have a yardstick. The yardstick is this average accident rate. That is the minimum value that we are talking about. So for determination of black spot, we will calculate what is the average accident rate. And this, I have taken in this equation 10 locations, 10 road sections, and traffic work of that 10 locations, sigma value. So sigma of accidents divided by sigma of work volume, it gives you can see that, get the average accident rate. When we analyze this traffic accident locations, first, this is for road classes. That's a format developed for this. So road classes also, as RDA and the other road authorities have this nominated as type A, type B, district classes. So you know all these road classes. For that, we have to consider built-up area and non-built-up area. Average accident rates we have to calculate separately. Otherwise, that figure will not be fair by the representation of the accident. So we have to consider built-up area and non-built-up area. That same is applying for the intersections. There are several types of intersection: 3-leg, 4-leg, 3-leg roundabout, 3-leg, 4-leg traffic signals, several type of intersection. For that also, we can have built-up area, non-built-up area separated and calculate the average accident rate, and which we can check what the location behaves. local area, of course, we will go by the congestion, that means the inhabitants, number of inhabitants. And that also average accident rate can be calculated, but the congestion, the complexity of the area is decided by the, if now maybe we can increase this scenario for about 150,000, that just we cannot do. But after investigations only, we can categorize more than 100,000, 50 to 100,000 and less than something like that, we can have it. This is the method. And this is the methodology. Now from after investigating, after identifying, now we will have to know what we are going to do. So as any other building site or the construction bridge or whatever, what we do, we after getting the approval of the designs, we go to the site still, do the investigations, inspections before with the setting out. We do our constructions as well. The same theory applies here. Site investigations, once we do that designs for a black spot, but before that, also for a small locations, we don't have sophisticated designs. We have to improve then and there. So this is mainly for such locations. We have to investigate and we have to go to the site and we can have our own methodology to do. So before this, I think it's better to explain what are the things that we are going to do, going after the site, what we are doing. Normally what we do as engineers, we go to the site, when you do something, what do? We do a sketch. This is a specific sketch, but what I'm trying to say, we do a sketch, we observe the area, we get photographs, we go to run here and there, we can drive about 1 kilometer to, because this is especially accident prone locations we are investigating. So we just looking at one location, we can't say this is a black spot or whatever. So once investigating like this, I think we have to observe the specific properties in the area. Sometimes what are the environment gives us to support the accident. So we have to mitigate all those. We have to remove all those. And this is a specific area where you can, at a glance, you can see that an accident has happened. So he wanted to go this way, but he's unfortunately not crashed in the head wall of this culvert. And time, date, and the location is there with the data. And but now I think our police officers here, they know they are doing now. Even from Bambalapitiya, you can see the Katubadda. What's happening? What's the traffic is going with the GPS systems? They have improved a lot. Because we had some discussions with them. So those things we can discuss in a separate forum actually. But I know these things, this basically what we have to do. And we should know these things when we are doing with not only that sketch, traffic distribution. This is that 5 circles I mentioned. I don't have to repeat. But after doing all these things, we can have a checklist because we can write somewhere, but that doesn't come clearly. Now, this is a checklist developed for pedestrian accidents in urban development area. I think you all know what is a urban development mean. They develop any place, no proper design, no plan, nothing, but they develop. It's required and we appreciate. If you provide 100-meter footwalk, we are happy. If they provide us some get money, some money is coming there and we put signal, traffic signal and some crossing, we like it. But in a urban development area, most vulnerable people are the pedestrians. So this is for that. We have to check first actually whether they are allowed, the pedestrian footway is accommodated first, and whether that is adequate enough, that mother-child concept, 1.2 meter at least we should have the footway, or center median at least 1.5 we should have, something like that. So this design ideas may give better idea during the interaction time. with the market stores, because people are normally going on the road. Food truck is there for the vendors because they are thinking that way in so many areas we have seen. And these things should be maintained properly somehow, and pedestrians should not be forced. And they can, if there is a footway, definitely we should have it a raised one. Raised curbs should be used. If not accommodated with that, even a cover slab will do that. So we have to cover the drains on the slab with the slabs, so people can use it. That is the normal local methods have been used, but we don't have to. We don't have to encourage that methods. Now this is another thing that we improvement when we are doing the measures. We can do the conflict studies. This is very serious area. I will just show you what is the definition of this. For an accident, there should be at least two. So can be having many more parties, but when two road users are approaching each other, this conflict situation is that when they're approaching each other and should have collided, they could not prevent that situation. It should have collided that none of the road users were reacting with an avoiding maneuver. That is the conflict study definition. So if I elaborate it further, it will misinterpret. So this is the way. And actually, you get a very sophisticated format. I have not put it here because no point just putting that. Every behavior of the road user, driver, pedestrian, or the whatever who you in this incident, that their behaviors are marked, road spaces are marked, road properties are marked. So with that, these two sentences are exactly correct. Substitute and complement to accident analysis. With that form, we can have a lot of good data and basis for the identification of remedial measures. We can identify what we need there, how to remedy, and this is a procedure. This technique produces a link between fraud and the accident. So what I discussed is a summary. These are the things that we need for a measure. And these are the measures I'm going to show this. Actually, the rumble is not a new thing, but actually when this one started, we have been involved in that. And at the inception, the rumble strips were from asphalt material, and the thickness was 10 millimeter. I think I can remember well. So this 10 millimeter rumble strips on a road with the same width, 150 millimeter, and the gap is 150. It's really not comfortable for road users. So with a lot of discussions and the experiments, it has come to the global method. This is the normal procedure of international also, thermoplastic. And thermoplastic one has ended up with that 5 millimeter thing. Now I think 5 to 6 millimeter maximum thickness of rumble strips. If we introduce a rumble strips, definitely we have to have a warning board ahead in front. There is something like that. Even for the road harms, next, it's also, we have to mention them ahead. As I said, when we introduce these remedial measures, this is rumble strips. Sometimes you get the accident happen in the daytime, and we don't have to recommend street lights in the night because we have very limited funds I think in any country that is the scenario. We don't have much money allocated for road safety still in lot of countries. So if you use that money to some other purpose, our purpose of improving the black spots, so the road safety is not taken well. So we have to identify the appropriate solution for road safety improvement, black spot improvement. Instead of rumble strips, actually I get this from one of our RDA engineers in Northeastern. I think you maybe knowing it because they are using the road studs thermoplastic. I think this is going well rather than the strips in close places. And now they are looking, this may be developing. They will be continuing with this same rumble strip scenario. And this is sonic nap palette patterns. These are mainly used in expressways. I have a small story with this because when we handed over the Keralpitiya section to the client, this introduction of snapshot sonic nap alert pattern came, and they tried that section, and we were working outside after handing over. We have a lot of work to finalize. We heard a crash, a very good sound. And when it came up and it was, people have got out of the car and they're checking their tires, and then we realized that they were misunderstood. The tires blast and something like that. Because of this sonic nap, this system, you get alert system is the noise, not the vibration, not mainly the vibration, but the sound, you get this. So we clapped them and told them this is because of that, so you can move. So at the beginning, those things are happening, but now people, I think, we are aware and we don't go into that definitely. This is road humps. This is from a European country. It's a pillow hump. Its thickness is so slow. This is for a scheme or a housing village, but these things are normally identified, but Sri Lanka, we don't allow humps. So this is other countries, even India, they have on the expressways also some sort of humps they have included, just for your information. You will think that whether pedestrian crossing is a road safety measures. Yes, exactly. I just don't want to show I'm not mainly talking about the code parameters used there, but my concern here is where to produce this road crossing. Because why we produce this is to cross pedestrians to cross, and this should be used by all the pedestrians in one location. You can be channelized through that. With this, when we choose in a location for the pedestrian crossings, normally what we did, we have been walking here and there on the stretch, and we can find out what is the appropriate location. At the same time, about the traffic parameters, traffic signs, we have to introduce at least the information and the warning board signs and the no parking or standing through. At the same time, if you look at the markings, we have to have these hazard lines definitely with the zebra yellow lines, because none of the vehicles can move on that, over that. So that is very important. And the road crossing is a very good, effective traffic safety measure. At the same time, I have noticed now you are introducing a diamond shaped road marking, and people, I have heard and I have seen, they make a good care of it. And once the diamond, this mark is met, they know definitely there is it's a tendency to slow down as well. So it's a good introduction what RD has done recently. This is a raised crossing, but we don't have it here much. This is a roundabout. What we do from here is actually rumble strips. I want to pedestrian crossings, and the roundabout. Actually, what we do here is mainly the high-speed characteristic of a driver. That is, the high-speed person definitely will slow down at the roundabout, and then he pick up his speeds and go out. So this is roundabouts normally we introduce in an area where the density of traffic, both vehicles and the pedestrians. When there are more pedestrians, this is more appropriate, because all four legs we can have crossings, pedestrian crossings, and we can streamline, we can direct them where to cross. So this is a good mechanism. And next one is a design thing. And next one is channelization. This is, of course, very, very popular, even in Sri Lanka, channelization. When you go direct or when you want to turn, you don't have to be panicking. You have a separate lanes. You can go in that. But you should understand that you have to decide it early when you cross this near the junction or the where you are turning. Where you are turning, you have to be care about the police because they assign you the ticket. So you have to decide it at the beginning before entering into this zone. And this one is a psychological traffic calming method because we all know the road should be a black one. So this is road is black and your pedestrian footway is in other color and other texture. This is that I have put it this way. I think it's psychologically actually there is a good feeling. I mean, not congested. Also providing center medians, those things also some of the improvements for this traffic calming systems and mini roundabouts. I think, Mr. Denzil was a pioneer and always when you go to a site for the black spot, I didn't remedial measure introduction, he comes with mini roundabout, always mini roundabout. So I have to mention it here for you. I think it's a vast area, road safety is not that I can do everything here, but this is another thing. You have to go with the traffic signs, road markings, all the road furniture, and parking control, parking provisions, and reflective roadside delineators, pavement markers, reflective ones should be, those things also. And these things you have to consider. I want to tell something about this. This is just not a traffic sign. It's a sign, but there are things that we should know why are road signs so reflective? Why? Road signs are designed to see by all the road users at any time. Daytime you can see, but during the night, the light should come there. That doesn't matter what the angle come there, but it has to come to the sign and reflect each and every direction. You can see, anybody can see. That is to do this. To do that, this sign surface should be reflective. And if I say, this should be, we call this as retro reflection. It's achieved by manufacturing this road surface thing with a coating of prismatic reflectors or glass beads. It has to be definitely now 3M, that's a brand name, but that type of things are with this. And now actually we are not used to do other signs now. In the road people, we do with these reflective things, more reflective. And also this is easier to maintain because these are paper thing. It will damage quickly, easily. So we have to replace that also. Replacing also very much easier with this type of thing. And to maintain the brightness and the visibility, we have to maintain. So this is a type of road sign. And when we are fixing, we have to be very much careful. We should have the lateral distances and also the vertical clearance, depending on the manuals and the guidelines. Provisions of new road markings, and I said earlier, but we have to maintain the road marking. That is the most important thing. We don't have to give always the new ones. And even the signs, once they are damaged, because road damages are not counted, I think very, very little compensation is paid by the people. So these road authorities have to take the responsibility and they have to bear all the costs. So we have to have our regulations maintained. So we have to have the proper clearance to the road users, those who are moving on the road. We should keep them with the allowed and the specified lateral distances and the vertical clearance. So that we have to understand, and reflective pavement markers are most prominent things. And some other road furniture, guardrails. You can see this expressway is nicely provided with the guardrails. Safety is there. And these concrete barriers, safety fences, these things also, we are definitely providing with this to separate the lanes, not the lanes, carriageway directions mainly. And this one I wanted to explain at that time, but I didn't do because I wanted to show this photo, this fixed objects. As you all know, we are introducing things to the road. We don't think about anything removal, but this type of fixed objects, not only the tree, the service posts, electrical, telecom, and the meter boxes, vendors, small houses, developments, this, what I call this ribbon development area, they come and do the correct constructions. I don't know how they get the approval. Very near to the edge line of the road. So we have to remove. Definitely, we have to remove, and if allowed spaces there, we have to refix in the lateral distances. And pedestrian bridges, overpasses, underpasses, we separate the pedestrians from the fast moving traffic, and the staggered junctions, another good option. We don't cross directly. We take some distance on the road and we move. So with that, these things also very important. Road surface improvement. Correction of rutting is very important because during the rain, the aquaplaning will take place and skidding happens. Other things also, widening of road surface to provide the, what do you call, shoulders and people to, not only expressives. And the other main thing is how people, Asian countries people, behave with the police enforcement. So that also should be there. We can prioritize remedial measures. Frankly, it's based on the cost effectiveness. That's valid for everything. And we have to consider about when we implement, there will be problems, social problems and political problems and funding problems and some negative side effects people may see. So we can get all the ideas from in public, close by people, all these stakeholders. We have to share those knowledge and put it. And this is actually this is from New Zealand. This is not Sri Lanka, but you can see this is an improved section of a black spot, small section. You can see what the difference. They have provided road marking. The guardrail is damaged. They have provided that. Instead of roadside delineators, we have put the chevron markers. And one more improvement I can suggest, I suggested the friend, why not you put the cat size on the center line, because that would be very much clear in the night. You will get a good guideline to drive. This is from Sri Lanka. I got from our dear friends. Some improvement with this center median. They have raised it, and because is there, the zebra lines provided and the edge line. And this is for the give a signboard. Tell me. It's in a systematic manner in the second page, second picture. And these are where we still have to come and do the improvements. This first one, you can see with the fixed object like telecom post, and there's a big difference with the road surface and the edge of the road. There's a embankment going down, and we have to improve those locations, and otherwise those things are called accident waiting locations. And here also the second picture also there's a huge pain, but that barricade, the parapet wall is concrete and no road markings given in the center line. So those are things, shortcomings. And with the black spot, with that slide, I will just give you some tips on being a responsible road user. be visible on the road. You have to wear your jackets, uh, some some transparent or the visible ones, reflective ones, and your cycle or the doesn't matter whether you are a pedestrian or the cyclist or the driver. Your vehicle can have daylights on in a country like Sweden and some dark countries. You can improve the visibility, and one thing at a time. Don't text and drive. Don't text and walk, because your concentration should be there, what you are doing. And this is actually big considerate about the other, not only you, because your mistake will be another one's life. So we have to think that way. Don't drink and drive. Lot of examples, lot of sufferings. With this, I don't have to explain that. Obey the road rules. This is very important. Road rules are for us, for all, and not only for police or rule makers. That's for us. So you show your intentions early. You wear your PPs. All the road rules for us. So with that, I think I can complete. As a final remark, you should know when you get onto the road what we are doing. As a driver, as a passenger, as a pedestrian, we should be very much considerate about the others. I think I can finish it. I have some more, but I think time is up and no, it's okay. Maybe you'll are boring afterwards. So this is a good time to stop for me. And thank you so much for nice gathering and with all the heavy work, your public, your things. This is my personal thank you words, and I much really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Kamala Gunawardhan, for your wonderful presentation. So I hope there may be a few questions. I would say rather than it's a question and answer session, it would be a very interactive session. If you can have, of course, we can open the floor for a few minutes.
Questions, interactive.
Yes.
No, you can ask anything. If I can answer, because there are so many experts here, so we can share.
Madam, yes, I am Rohan Panel. I think you know me very well. This is number one is actually you were talking about street lights. So we are not giving priority to have the street lights, and that's what you said because of the economical constraints. But having no street lights is a very critical thing because when you have highways, when Southern Highway has no street lights, certain sections, but only Katunayaka Expressway has enough street lights. But when you are driving at 100 kilometers per hour, without street lights, you are driving, then always there is a danger because you will not see the corners, number one. And for the other roads, I'm not talking about the highways. For the other roads, like Colombo Kandy Road, at least at the sections
Can I disturb? Expressway, what is your concern?
Should have street lights, because nowadays we don't see street lights in certain segments of Southern Highway also. So I don't know whether because of
Expressways, we don't have street lights in
certain
northern-
certain segments we don't have. Yes.
Many segments.
Yeah.
They
But-
have at the interchanges, they have on the bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So,
But Colombo Katunayaka, of course, we have street lights.
yes,
Yes.
it's for always for the
Yes.
expatriates and the,
Yes.
they cannot
yeah.
face with anything,
Yeah.
so that is.
Number two is at least at the sections where we have the pedestrian crossings, even if the particular road is not having street lights, my suggestion is I'm just recommending to have at least street lights on both sides of the pedestrian crossing, because
Yeah.
when someone crosses,
Yeah.
if you don't see, so actually sometimes they wear black clothes also. So it's very highly vulnerable for accidents.
Correct, exactly.
Number one.
I also agree with you.
Yes. Number the
Can
third,
I answer for that? Then easy.
yeah, third one
Others
is,
have to remember.
yeah. Third one is
For that, actually, we have been recommending those things as the road safety engineers and even the client, right? Who will pay the bill? That is the first question coming from the client. There are no people to pay the bill. But I think we are using the Pelican questions, Pelicans near the lot of places have been recommended because it doesn't consume more power, right? That is very light one. Because once the Pelican crossing, Pelicans we can see, we call it Pelican crossing, that's what I'm used to say that towards. We can see when that is there is a crossing. As you said, if there are some lights in front of 5 meter away or 10 meter away, fantastic.
number three is actually little bit more technical. At a 90-degree bend, or when you have a turn, I have seen the pedestrian crossing is too close to the intersection, because angle of there is a technical term called field of vision. Field of vision is usually 120 degrees. The field of vision is 120 degrees. Usually when you have a healthy man, when he's sober, and when he's, for a healthy man, the field of vision is 120 degrees. It's the angle you see without any discomfort. But if you have a crossing just after you turn, what will happen is you will not see the left-hand corner, because when you are turning to the left side, you are always looking at the right side, because you are automatically, naturally, your eyes will be looking at the
Yeah,
right side. But
I
the
think
left side,
I get
left
your
side corner, you will not see. If somebody is crossing, and particularly the school children crossing, and if that crossing is too close to the bend, the curve, or the 90-degree bend,
I think
what will happen is left side you will not see, and somebody can cross, still you will not see the person crossing, and there is a high tendency to cause an accident.
yeah, if you can remember.
Yes.
What I
I think
mentioned.
your point is very clear, right? So I think, madam, now you can answer, because I mean, since we need to give some opportunities for others as well.
Yes,
Probably you can
yeah,
answer.
one thing, I will.
What I suggest is
No,
have the crossing little further.
Yeah.
When your
Engineer-
eyes get
Engineer
naturally
Rohan, yes, I got your concern.
adjusted.
What I want to say is, my present, when I put the crossing drawing, what I said was also, we have to select the position of location of the crossing after studying well, because it's just not the crossing what we do. We have to see how functionality of that crossing, definitely. So, and the legal aspect, because I didn't talk everything. When you do a crossing, your bus should be able to stop in front of, and pedestrian should get down and cross the thing without facing the moving vehicle. So likewise, we have to, when we consider the location, there are many things, I think, are the engineers here. So they are doing it very, very concerned. I think we have to give.
I think not only that, I was not really talking about the straight road, but if you have a turn to the right and still if you have a crossing, what will happen is, before your eyes get naturally adjusted to see the left-hand corner, you will have, if the people are crossing, I think you didn't get my technical thing, it's a very, the field of vision is you naturally see 120 degrees.
Yeah,
But
technical things.
if you want to see more than that, then you will have to be trained for that, or either you'll have to look towards left side purposely. So it's so if you have with some practical thing, actually it's a very practical thing I have observed. So what I suggest is you have the crossing little further when you are having a turn. So your
Again.
eyes get adjusted naturally to look towards the left-hand corner as well when you are turning to the left side.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I have already answered. This one, yes, but still, we need to adopt the rules. Highways are maximum is 100 in Sri Lanka, 100 kilometer per hour. So this is something drivers can, but definitely they have to adapt to the rules and regulations. As I said, rules are for us, for the road users. So we cannot avoid from this, and police cannot help anything other than that, catching them, even the expressways. So, but we can make the public aware about they need to adopt to, and they have to accept the rules. We will make some awareness with the public. Anything else? One more, only one question. One more?
Honorable Prem,
Thank you very much.
I
is it
think,
okay to ask another one question?
Yes, I think, one more question. I don't.
I'm Manjura. I'm Manjura. Thank you very much, Honorable Madam, for the nice and informative presentation. One question that it is marked the road crossings and the lines in yellow color sometimes and white in some areas. Is there any technical and or legal compliance for this?
No,
For the color?
actually, it's time to time. We also sometimes we don't know the scenario, but sometimes everything went to the yellow, and now all are in white. So that depends. In the gazette, I think everything is different. Yellow and this one is both colors are there. I appreciate Vasanka engineer
Yes.
from RDA. the
Yes, madam,
design
that's
of-
correct. I agree with you that there is no reason for, but we are using yellow line is a hazardous and warning line. So earlier people thought that we have to give separate attention for the pedestrian crossing. So we use the yellow color for that one for giving some warning. Now also we are using for the yellow for the only no parking and warning lines. So that's all. So now, but the international standard is white. So we change that into white now.
Actually, there is
Especially
no
no reason.
specific reason why we changed, but according to my understanding, white is the best. This is because black and white normal says, but white is very much prominent, but other countries, they use these different colors as well.
Excuse madam, thanks for your great presentation. So my question is, these black spots are identified by the RDA and are they have any statistical or updated database of the all routes of the Sri Lanka and their black spot locations?
Yeah, Engineer Himal, my presentation is mainly how to identify a black spot and what are the mitigating methods.
Yes.
How much RDA has done is, we can have to refer that questions to RDA. And I don't think now it's a time for us to ask that, though we have, well, I know they are doing a lot because now even in Darshika is there, the director, additional director, if she's willing, actually she can answer. But I don't want to press.
At the moment,
Thank you.
we are carrying out the mapping system to identification the black spots, mapping system to entire country. So that process is been in progress right now.
Thanks, madam.
And actually, to tell you, the RDA, recently I went there with this World Bank mission. They do many things, road safety management, assess management, black spots. So many things they do. I think within couple of years, I think we can see a lot of changes because even now they are on the road, nobody knows because I think publicity we need. We need to do good publicity. At the same time, we have to do it and show. A lot of work have been done. So it's really encouraging and a good remark. Thank you. Thank you for the question, by the way. Sir?
Shall we not make a study of the three-wheeler effect of the traffic stream?
Yes, actually, now, in this black spot improvements also, can you remember, sir, we have been identified some slow moving lanes. Bicycles and three-wheelers are together. Even more, University Road, marked on the road, bicycles and three-wheelers together. So we have not forgotten, because you could have, I think, you saw this video clips, how the three-wheelers are behaving. It is a concern, but thing is, this three-wheelers are not in this traffic statistics. I think it is not, we have not taken, maybe police is having it, not categorized as a, maybe other, in the other region, we can think about it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Now it's time to give away the moment of appreciation. Let me kindly invite Engineer Densil Senanayake, our past president, to give away the token of appreciation to Engineer Kamala Gunadhan. Please come in front, sir. Please come, madam.
You see, and in the report, that she got in left. So she deserves this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Let me invite Engineer Banduka Kurupu to do the vote of thanks for today's day. Banduka, it's all you.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Civil Engineering Sectional Committee, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude and thanks to today's resource person, Engineer Mrs. Kamala Gunawardena, for the very detailed and interesting presentation today. And the road safety seems to be a very popular topic, but I believe it's very, very rare to have this much of a detailed presentation on that topic. Thanks again, madam, for you sharing your field expertise and years of experience with us. And we got a clear idea about what is a black spot and how to identify and how to mitigate those black spots. And also, I would like to thank the officers from Sri Lanka Police who are present here today. And also, thank you very much for your inputs for the road safety of the country as well. Thank you. And also, I would like to thank the President, ISL, Professor Anjit Disanayake, for his presence today, and also all the past presidents and all the council members for your presence today. And also, I would like to thank the ISL Secretariat and the Publicity Department and the IT team for their hosting arrangements and technical assistance, which made this session a successful one. And last but not least, I would like to thank all the participants who are physically here, as well as who are joining online through Zoom platform. Thank you very much for your enthusiasm and engagement, asking questions, which made this session a successful one. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great evening.